after finishing not only the store champ, but a couple of regular local area tournaments as well. Here to give you an update on my run to being great. Is it pretty? No. Is it a work in progress? Yes. Come along and let's see how we've been. Well, what you've just seen thus far has been literally my run between two different locals and, of course, the store championship with, of course, the one and only Sky Luffy. I've been enjoying the deck. I feel the deck has a really strong range into the format right now. I think, unfortunately, especially into the store championship when I get to that, my matchups have not been. They were kind of good, and then they were also kind of bad on my side, and there were some play differentials that I wish I had thought about at the time frame that I didn't think about, so it came back to bite me. Like locally, I've played against a BY Yellow Luffy, two purple nails, a black beard, and I've been able to do really well. That was at Blue Ox, and then I played in Tier 0 against a Red Green Luffy, Purple and L, Red Green Luffy, and BY Nami. I will say that the BY Nami in the Tier 0 tournament, they were not playing the Gecko package, which I feel like, or the Thriller Bark package, which I feel like is what gives them the greatest advantage. Like, that is probably the best BY Nami list. If you're not playing the Gecko package, I feel like you're probably playing it wrong. And then all of those tournaments locally, I was able to do really well. Most of them, actually, I lost all the die rolls, so I was going on whatever my opponent chose for me to play. And then moving to the store champ, because I have a couple of different notes that I want to touch on, especially for each game, because it was 7 rounds. First off, huge shout out to Gamers Guild, because they ran efficiently, they ran really smooth. They're out in Spring Lake, so I definitely want to give them a big shout out. I have to drive everywhere I go and play. I knew some of the people in the area, but it was really good to go out to a store, have 90 players to play in the store champ. I wish they had, honestly, the full 128, just because it would have been probably one more round maybe. But overall, it was a great turnout, great tournament. My round 1, I once again still played the GOAT, our boy Yellow Luffy. Round 1 was against Gecko Moria, and I feel like into Gecko Moria playing Yellow Luffy, one of the things that you just strive to do is to starve them and force them to be the aggressor into you. But as a Yellow Luffy player, you're able to recuperate life via 4-cost Zoro, via Borsalino, depending on how you take life. Also via the 7-cost Nico Robin from EBO3 that I'm playing, or even the 10-cost Enel when you're at 1 or less life, or if you're at 0, the 1-cost event, of course. So you're able to whittle their hand size down a lot faster than they can nibble, hit yours. The other thing about Gecko is they actually don't play a lot of 2Ks, so most of their bodies die to the regular 5 and 6 swings, with the 1K Dawn attached to it. Or if it's Big Gecko, there were a couple of times I killed Big Gecko just from swinging at it at 12 because they had 1 to 2 cards in their hand. And so nibbling at their board piece by piece and then applying pressure because you're playing Yellow Luffy was a real beneficial aspect. It gives you the advantageous position to be I'm going to go wide and my board's going to stay here. The other thing is, I think specifically for Gecko Moria players, they believe that if they drop Perona and they freeze your card, then you won't touch the Perona. But the truth is, if you kill the Perona, they're not able to refreeze your card. And so you just swing with everything and make the last swing into their bodies. So even if it is a Perona swing, they're not able to personally make a big push from turning it off because it's already your turn. So it just becomes live again at the start of your next turn. Round 2 was against Black Croc. And I would have to say I felt like the Black Croc matchup was favorable for us because kind of like Gecko and Black Croc in a sense, while they have more 2Ks, they don't have the ability to spread their characters as well. Like they can't protect them. Once again, like Luffy's ability to protect from anything by taking a life is extremely advantageous because most times, most other decks, when they want to save something, they're using counter. And so the ability to not counter out honestly gives less for them to work with and to go into. So my round 3 and my round 4 were against Purple and L. My round 3, Purple and L, he kind of bricked because he didn't have a 1-drop, which I feel like if you don't have a 1-drop and you're going first feels really bad, especially into a deck that's like, all right, cool. Then that means that's less pressure on you because I'm always going to take the first life 90% of the time, unless obviously you're playing a Nico Robin leader and then it's banished, then I might counter out of it. My second and L matchup, I lost that one, unfortunately. It was really close. I had one Luffy, but the one Luffy at the time, he had double NL, and I couldn't kill any of his NLs. So he was able to apply more pressure than I could afford to take the life forward. So I had to let the Luffy go. That's honestly all I'd say about that. My round 5 and my round 6 matchup was against BY Nami. The round 5 matchup, I honestly I don't know that I played it incorrectly. I think I just got dog walked, truthfully. He went 7 cost Nico Robin, trash a life. It was Perona. Proceed to put 2 more life. The very first life that he had put was Kumasi, and Kumasi played out Perona, was turned off one of my other swings. The next life was the hogback to play out the other Perona he had in there from earlier that he countered with. And from there, it just got out of control, and I honestly just lost. My 6th round was against BY Nami, and I won that one. It was really close, but I think one of the other things that I learned into playing against BY is if I can match them on the heal aspect and whittle their hand away, I can apply more pressure. The other thing is, if they can't loop Perona you, they're not going to feel as powerful. Also, be wary when playing against BY Nami. Even though it's a one-of, they will always have this one-of. I don't know how, but they make it happen. The Sanji Unblockable is a scary, scary card. The Sanji Unblockable, like, literally can just kill you. Like, you could have enough counter, you could be like, oh, I'm going to block this and then do this. So you have to be weary of blocking. So, like, even if you feel like you want to counter out of it, like, or you don't want to counter out of it because you can take it and then you can block the last one, sometimes you have to be careful. Like, BY Nami is on the Sanji Unblockable, and that card is just stealing games away that you don't even want to think about. The other deck, and I did in fact win that one because I had enough counter because he tried to BY Nami Unblockable me, and I had enough counter, thank goodness. Round 7, I honestly think I didn't even know, well, I knew this deck was existing again, but I didn't know that it was such a horrible matchup for me. I played against Green Purple Luffy, and I wouldn't call it the new version, but the version they're playing is just so board heavy that it's terrifying. Like, 4-cost Zoro into Sanji Pudding or Sanji Pudding into Zoro felt like one thing, but going purple 4-cost Zoro, Sanji Pudding into green 6-cost Luffy, reslam 4 Don, tap 3 to freeze with the green event that freezes 2 7-costs or less is just immaculate, like, for the deck. And they were able to search it between the green Nami, the purple Nami, the searching. So they have more consistency. While they still have a great, decent amount of bricks, they have just as much consistency. And if they're able to freeze 2 of your cards, they're normally turning off most of the game for you because you won't have enough swings into their characters to fight back. What do I have to say about the deck? So I feel as if the deck is still consistent. The deck is still exceptionally strong, and it's very favored into Lucy. It's very favored into Ace, And honestly, I still feel like the deck is really good. I think if, like, we see more green purple Luffy's, BY Nami's, then maybe there are some card slots that you may change, you may try and fix to fit into certain matchups to give you a more advantageous position. Currently, I don't have ideas of what those advantageous cards would be, but definitely what I feel like is important. I also want to shout out to my boy Jay because he constantly tests with me. Shout out to some of the other guys that's been testing with me: Luigi, Miguel, Jose, and James. All of you guys that play locally, One Piece. I appreciate you guys testing with me. And then most importantly, I want to shout out my woman because one, sometimes she just lets me go out, and I appreciate that a lot. Not because she doesn't support my stuff, but because I go out almost all the weekends when I also love my woman as well. So shout out to her for just being supportive of what I desire to do, but also knowing that I want to be great. And if you made it all the way to the end of this video, think about liking, subscribing, send this to a friend, and be on the lookout for more information coming soon.